everybody.
We're live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Oh my God, I didn't hear them.
We are definitely consistent.
I don't
here.
see my niece and nephew.
Huh?
They'll be in
That's
there.
you too. They'll hear us.
We can see them on Ava's
Look,
thing.
here you go.
That's
I'm Ashley. Y'all over here be from
and
the
we
corner.
can see them on both the phones. So, yes. Good evening, everyone. We definitely like to welcome to another episode of Sisters in the Sandbox. Unfortunately, for the past 2 weeks, we had some issues that came about. One, because,
We all looking at the,
had a little breakdown, but, everybody has good days and bad days. And we found out what the cause of that was. So we're overcoming that. And then last week was beyond our control. But we're here on this evening to talk about the LGBT community and giving some hindsight to it. Again, I just wanted to share with each and every one my disclaimer. My disclaimer is this. These are our views and our perspectives from our experiences. We welcome all feedback, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, because everybody has their own perspective, and we welcome all who has the difference of opinions. What we say does not make it ground principle. So we just ask that you just take in consideration the things that we share and try to enlighten. There's going to be times that we will share information through our FB links and stuff will be shared depending upon the different topics that we talk about. So we're ready to get scooped up in the sandbox. We got our nephew here, Andrew Wayne Butch Jones.
Hello.
And Ashley Rochelle Parker, my oldest daughter.
Great.
Okay, so they know people know who you are.
You
But
gotta be like,
name
it. That's a name.
Yeah, we can't go nowhere and use it.
My name is Ashley Parker. Thank you.
And basically, we're all going to elaborate in talking about the LGBT community and the different facets of it, the different things, even within the Christian community, different way it is actually viewed and all that type of stuff. So, yes. One moment. I had to take this call.
You did?
Yeah. Hello?
So unprofessional.
Oh my gosh.
Take some of the bags out of the car.
Look,
Put them in the trunk.
y'all got to excuse us. We have to.
She's moving today.
They just don't even know my middle name.
That's simple. That's basic.
Did I give him the address?
No.
Okay, thank you.
But you get the address for them to look me up on the Google search.
Anyway, go ahead. But anyway,
please.
so we're gonna get scooped up in the sandbox. So we're gonna get scooped up in the sandbox. We welcome y'all. If you had any feedback, any questions, we surely are going to try to answer for y'all guys. Feel free to ask anything that you want. We have always been an open communication within our family. We don't shun anybody. We all give love, show love, and about operating in love. So, with that being said, let's get it scooped in the sandbox, because this was actually something that my baby sister wanted to give insight to, and she will speak on the reason why and all that, and then we'll get it going from there. Thanks for tuning in. Love y'all.
Okay, so yes, this definitely was my segment, and I kind of want to shed light on this community, because either it's frowned upon, like in the Christian sector, and sometimes it's hard for children, family, loved ones to come out and say that they are either how they identify with the LGBTQ.
It's LGBTQIA plus. Now, don't ask me about no IA plus, because that's fairly new. I just love the LGBTQ plus.
Yes.
Elemental P.
So what did who say?
Hey, I can't see that way from over there.
I can't either.
What's that say, Drew? What is Candace saying?
Erica Jeans worried about that's something else. That's a YouTube notification.
Up top. He's saying what? Who's
calling? Not
Who's calling me now? Oh, it's just Trey.
Oh, Okay. Like I was saying, I kind of wanted to shed light on it because sometimes we have loved ones in our family or family members or loved ones who are actually who are identifying with the community. And sometimes it's just not talked about. Yeah, we hear it on social media, in the TV circuit, but as far as like family members, we just go along with it and accept it. But for some other reason, sometimes I think when we like see it on TV in our homes and our family members are not with us, sometimes people have a different mindset. Yeah. And don't really say how they really feel about the situation, or how it makes them feel. Let me start off. This is my son, who I love to death, Mr. Jones.
I'm waiting for this one.
He is exactly like me.
Glory
to the fifth power. But either way, I love my son, and I wanted to kind of I thank you for actually doing the segment with me. I really do. What do you want to okay. What would you like to share?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm actually identified as bisexual. It actually took me a minute to come to terms with that. Basically, because I didn't want to bring embarrassment to my family, and I was kind of ashamed. But now that I accepted the fact of who I am, of course, growing up in the church, it made it even, worse. It wasn't no better. But now that I know who I am and I know whose I am, it makes things a lot more better.
Having that relationship, not religion protocol. Mm-hmm. And then I have my daughter, who I've always kept an open communication with. Yes, that's just who I was, who we were as parents, a support to the day I die. Don't you hit my shoulder. She's my baby, will always be. She don't like when I call her Ashy Boo, but my Ashy Boo, and she can elaborate from her perspective and her old.
My identity, my identifiers.
Yes.
Well, hello again. My name is Ashley Parker. Disregard all the names she threw out earlier. I identify as a sapiosexual.
What is that?
That's new to me.
It's not new.
What?
I'm a sapiosexual. So I'm going to break it down for people who don't know.
Okay, please.
That's more of a mental thing. It's more like if you have... Okay, so we can have a conversation. If it has no substance, I'm not going to find you attractive. I don't want to talk about the same stuff every day. I don't want to discuss this and that and the third. It's more so, what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve in life? Where do you see yourself in the future? Stuff like that. And,
So is that more of an emotional connection?
Yes, it is. So I have to have an emotional connection. Now, people will say something about all the extras, but when it comes to sapiosexual, though, that's what it really is. It's based off of a person's mindset, mentality. It's not based off of... No, it's not me.
No, I have heard that before.
I never heard it.
Because
I
mean, honestly,
all the terms is like...
It's a lot of different ones because people... Honestly, I'm not lying to you. With this whole LGBTQ and they keep getting longer with the alphabet, it comes from because people are steady finding and figuring out themselves as they go along. Mm-hmm. And as you figure out things, some people can relate more. And then it's just like coming up with a word in the dictionary. If you say, oh, this is a word we want to have in the dictionary, right? Everybody agree, it becomes a word in the dictionary. It's kind of how it is. That people can relate on the same thing. And be like, oh, this is what we should identify as. This is what it is. That's how they come up with all this extra.
But does it necessarily mean that it has to be in that community, though? Like,
no, but they tie it all together because you still like what you like. Just like you have people who are pansexual. They just like what they like.
That.
Okay, what is
I heard pansexual?
The pansexual is you don't look at gender. You just look at the person for who they are. So it's kind of almost on the same level as a sapiosexual. So for mine's more
okay, so what's the difference between a pansexual and being bisexual. And
bisexuals, he knows what he likes. He likes both women and men. It's a sexual preference.
But
pansexual is based off of a person's spirit. That's the best way I can actually do that. Say that. So it'd be based off of, I love that aura. Huh?
What is fluid? Being
fluid.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing as pansexual, but it's just more so fluid. I think it's just people that just go with the wind. However they feel. I may like you
today.
Right now. Yeah. Fluid. It's almost like liquid. It's present because it's just being fluid.
Because it's all different types of terminology involving when it comes to this group.
That?
But
no, what? A thought.
Oh my God.
I'm just learning. Hey.
There's people who can, you know.
I'm learning because I'm inquisitive and I'm curious. So,
and I think it's new for all of us because a lot of things is because of, biblically speaking, the biblical principles of man and woman. And that is not to discredit what the Bible says or states. But at the end of the day, my thing is everybody wants to be loved for who they are.
And what they choose to do in life.
Yes, and they rather be happy. And with them restrictions, sometimes even within our beliefs, sometimes those restrictions cause people. I'm not even gonna lie. I witnessed where some people, even within the Christian community, will get married just because they don't want to bring out the fact that they are or prefer people of a different sex.
But that's called down low. And then called down low.
Hold on, because I think Andrew,
if I can elaborate on that a little bit, because I'm not here to expose anybody. That's not me. That's messing. And
I ain't exposing nobody either.
But at the end of the day, if you are not comfortable being around a gay person, a lesbian, a bisexual person, then that needs to be addressed within yourself. Because if you are secure within yourself,
who you are,
no matter what somebody else's sexual attraction is, you should not be uncomfortable. Now, as for example, like this Lil Nas person, every gay person is not like Lil Nas. Every bisexual person.
And I'm great talk. I'm glad you said something. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
About that with y'all.
But before that, let him complete his thought.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
That just got something to say today. She rolls up.
But as far as the church, it's a lot of people who are covering up their preference. And I understand that, the church has this big stigma or this big where they just it's not a comfortable feeling, and I understand. But the main ones who was preaching about the it's abomination and all that other stuff is the main ones in people's DMs, asking for trade pictures and all this other stuff. But
okay.
You didn't hear that from me.
Okay, what I want to know was, like, since you brought up Lil Nas X, like what he did, because I'm comfortable in, because I not only do I have a niece and nephew, I had a aunt and I had an uncle. I had uncles.
Let's be real. We all have them in our family. And some people experience it.
It's not that I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable, but I feel like it shouldn't be thrown in our face.
Okay,
it should stay behind. Like with Lil Nas X, he did it because of the LBG month or whatever. I got that and him coming out, but I felt that that's a big platform. Millions is watching. Why did you have to do that? Pull that like that? We already know
what specific?
I think because I didn't even see it.
It was several.
I think where he kissed or something.
Yeah, he did. He kissed.
I didn't see
now
that.
He did his performance, but at the end, he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna kiss this this man and be on it." But I'm like, it's just like, okay, like Diana Ross did something and like to Little Kim one time on a award, and everybody was looking at it how she just I know she's not gay, but she just felt her boobs. But I'm just saying with Lil Nas X because he already came out before all of this.
So basically, you felt
He's
like
more
that was
flamboyant
inappropriate for that.
Yes.
The platform was inappropriate.
Now,
yes.
What's the difference between what happened with Lil Nas and somebody else who was straight who's showing their tail ends on?
It still would be inappropriate.
Striptease, halfway striptease, but without coming out the clothes performances.
No, I'm saying because the reason why I say that is they look at somebody who's straight, who's twerking and all that other stuff, showing skin,
baby girl.
They look at that as acceptable.
Hey.
But when you have somebody who is comfortable in their own skin, who is showing themselves who they are, why can't they be accepted for who they are?
I accept him for who he is, but like you said, it's a time and place for everything, and that
agree.
Platform shouldn't have been used for that, even though it was the that month or that day for LGBTQ. You understand what I'm saying?
I do think that he's pushing an agenda, though. I really do.
I think they're using him. I personally feel they're actually using him
because ain't no man can be pregnant.
Oh, now as far as that,
no, that was just about the birth of his album. He did it purposely just to get a trigger out of people.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. The only thing I don't like is when you try to find a person for face to actually incorporate it into America. No, like you have people that they're used. I feel like when it comes to social media, they use faces to be that person, and that person, I think, is the one to say, are they able to take the backlash or anything that comes with it to get, like she said, to push their agenda to open the doorway. Yeah. So you got to find the right person who's willing and comfortable enough to do that. It's the same thing with when we had to come on the scene as African American in acting. Like, is somebody how they might had the greatest and whatever in the beginning with the black faces and all that. Well, you had the ones coming in. Yeah. Who was willing to be that face to bring awareness that it is here? Because the thing is,
black faces.
Are you talking about Jim Crow? During the Jim Crow time, and then when they started having black actresses and actors. And my thing is, somebody always is going to be the fall guy or the face that has to bring awareness to what is actually what we see from day to day.
But it's the same thing. Like, I'm not trying to.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel.
Not trying to throw this up.
I really feel that's what they're using him for real.
Not trying to throw this up in there, but it's the same thing as from also like not to get off a track, but it's the same thing when it comes to special needs children. Most of these kids don't know what special needs children look like because they're being sheltered and shielded. But these are people who actually live out in this world
and are trying to.
And then when they get older, now they got adjust to. They think it's something wrong with them. It's nothing wrong with them. I mean, aside from a mental disability or whatever disability they have, but it still don't take away that they're human. It's the same thing when it comes to us and our sexuality.
Well, let me say this. 2 points. First point, when you said something about Diana Ross, that sort of thing. Okay, it wasn't really that much of a spectacle when Madonna and who was it, Britney Spears, when they kissed.
Right.
There's a lot of females kissing each other.
It's kind of like if a woman.
Good evening.
It's kind of accepted if women do it. If two women do it, it's like
y'all understand it.
Very easy.
Y'all do understand it.
I don't.
The reason why because
but if two men,
it's a problem.
Yeah, the thing of it is, it's still
it's double standards. Here's the thing: in a very heterosexual world, it's double standard for women versus men. And that same type of double standard is the same way when it comes to the heterosexual world and people who are whatever they call themselves and identify themselves as, and it's really hard for men. So the same way it's hard for women in the heterosexual world, it's hard for men in the homosexual world. It's very double standard. That's like they say men can't be bisexual. If you like men, you just gay. You're not bisexual.
And
but you can identify.
Elaborate on that because it's acceptable for men to basically have like two women being together. That's okay. But if two men are together and they're bisexual, then they just shut them off as just being gay. So it's just like there's no like leadway.
Between ain't no, is this gray? Is this black?
No gray
and white.
There's
no gray area.
Yeah. I'm saying like, okay, if you got a woman who's bisexual and she can date another woman, to men it's okay, it's acceptable. But if you have like two men who are bisexual and you trying to approach a woman, and I've always been an honest person because I don't have nothing to hide. But at the end of the day, then it's like, just because I have an attraction to men doesn't mean that I don't have an attraction to women. Like I still like women and I do like men, but at the same time, there's no bigger interest in either one of the other. So it's just like a big cut off just because I like men. Well, honey, you're missing out.
Okay. let me ask this question. Hold on. Let me ask this question because this is like since the LGBT community has kind of really been populated. A lot of people will say that they're born this way.
I disagree.
I gotta say, what do you think?
Born a certain way, no, but at the same time, it's honestly when you're a child, you don't think about none of that stuff.
You don't know what you want.
You just go with the wind. You're very free spirit.
You're finding yourself. You're finding your identity. There are people who believe that they're born this way and teach their own. I have nothing against that. But at the end of the day,
don't get wrong. I wasn't told.
I personally feel like you cannot be born in such a way. Just like you can't really be born straight. I mean, there's,
Let's put it in perspective.
Exactly.
You can't come out the womb and talk about and be an electrician and then you end up being something else totally different. You go with what you like. You learn what you like. And once you learn what you like, okay, I like this. Let's see where this goes. That's how it's called testing the waters.
Yes, it's called choice. It's called
liberty. Yes.
So I mean,
yeah.
Definitely. But I mean, at the same time, don't get me wrong. Just because you weren't born that way, don't mean just because you end up, okay, this is what I like. I know this is what I like because I tried both, experienced both, and I don't like that. You can't tell a person, no, just because you weren't born that way, you learn to be that way. It's not something you learn. It's something you learn about yourself.
But do you think it was hard? I mean, given each, okay, if y'all can tell from your experience, if it was hard or easy to come to your parents, because some people,
you want to go first?
Some people don't find it as easy. I'm just saying, some people don't find it as easy and receptive because we're so rooted and grounded in our moral belief, which is fine, our biblical principles, but
no, that's coming from like you said, biblical. It's coming from a Christianity standpoint. Yeah. But if you take away the Christianity, what do you have? Mm-hmm. What title do you have aside from
if
that?
Something is taught that way, then
it's one of those things
to believe. Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, but see, at the same time, it's one of those things though too. The same way you can be taught, you could be untaught and relearn something as well. Exactly. Because this is something you gotta go through when we come to you. You're going to have to learn, like, okay, well, my child is this way. And now I have to learn that, okay, just because this is what I grew up knowing biblically, I have to make some adjustments in my own world because my child is this way.
Right.
And it gets to a point where you may not like it, but at the end of the day, you ain't going to like nobody barking up to your child telling them, oh, you this and that, third, calling names and calling us all kinds of, because honestly, back then, it's the same way as segregation. Just like how people couldn't stand us black people, black African Americans. That's how it is. This is what I tell people all the time. First of all, we're
hey Miss Smiley, hey.
First of all, we're African Americans. Let's get that straight. Secondly, being in the LGBT community, and also coming and growing up in poverty and being middle class at the most. I can't say for everybody.
Yeah.
You're facing a lot of different challenges when it comes to society as itself. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, having to sit up here and tell your own parent, oh, this is what it's hard. And
so
then also
for y'all experiences, can y'all elaborate? Hey, can y'all elaborate how y'all felt when y'all came? Well, I already know how mine felt, but if y'all can elaborate on y'all experience.
Okay, so for me,
because this is transparency moment for all of us. Because
very,
yeah, I mean, and it takes a strong person to be able to be comfortable and say what they have to say. So yes, elaborate.
Okay, so for me, I came out in 2016. I told everyone but my mother, and that's simply because we, as she said earlier, we kind of just alike. And I actually took it personal when I told her or expressed myself in that way. And of course, she threw some scriptures and stuff at me, and I'm like, of course, I already knew that. But I was just like, okay. But yeah, she was the last one that I told because everybody else.
But at the end of the day, I said what to you?
You still love me.
No matter what. I mean, like Jesus hates the Jesus loves the sinner. He hates the sin. Okay. So no matter what, at the end of the day, this is still my son.
Exactly. And he's on that. It took a while because I even had to,
it took a while.
Soften her up a little.
It took a while.
It took a while for you to gravitate to that fact.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
I didn't talk to her for a few days.
I think we all agreed with that.
Yes,
because they knew how adamant and how.
Because we're all adamant. We're brought that. But our Bible speaks of
you get to
love. Yeah.
You go ahead.
No, wait a minute. I'm not done. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say
Anyway. Like I told him, because we could talk about. I felt that we could talk about anything and everything, besides, I guess, that. So it
took a whole lot.
I had to let them know. Which you already know, he knows scripture, but I had to just reiterate what the Bible said. Honestly, I did. Let him, and that's it. That's what I mean. I can't do anything else but leave it in God's hands. And he's still, like I said, at the end of the day, this is my son, and I love him. So it doesn't matter. I'm not going to look at him and like, oh God, he's, he's bisexual. No, that's my son. That's my son. I don't see him as
his preference. I see him as my child. I see them as my child.
When you get your turn, thank you.
Just saying. Yeah, okay. It took a while for you though, but
it took a couple days.
A while.
No,
it took more than that.
Yes.
So you knew? Y'all was there? You felt how I felt?
No, we just
we can see.
We just know.
We know it's more than a couple days. It was more than a couple days. You got to be honest with yourself.
I'm being honest. I'm telling you.
You can't say it.
I'm telling you what it was.
Some days.
Was
it days?
We only that one alone.
Moving on.
I'm not worried about the timeline.
Okay, so this is only an hour segment, so we don't have that long.
Lord help us.
Okay, good.
All right.
Oh my God. Wait a minute, but like I said, at the end of the day, before I keep getting cut off by Blondie here.
No, that's Goldie.
Oh,
don't worry though. Everybody loves it.
Either way, it looks beautiful.
Yes, I done got caught in the rain today. But go ahead.
That's okay. But this is still my baby. He's my first baby, and always he's my ride or die, no matter what. And yeah, he does. He acts just like me. Yeah, well, just like me.
But just a nicer version.
You just got this.
I'm a nicer version.
I'm gonna get you some that glue that they put on the people's head with wig.
I just got a wig.
What is it called? Elmer's glue?
Not that gorilla glue.
Okay. Let's come on your lips. Jesus.
I'm just a passionate person. I do it all the time. I'm going to do better. I'm doing better.
Anyway.
You gotta try.
I can die.
Try to do better.
Are you?
Don't talk
like
about
it.
I'm
gonna try.
Yeah, try. Go ahead.
I also want to applaud my cousin because she came out before I did, and it I just didn't have the balls to do that at that particular time because I was still maneuvering my identity. But I definitely want to applaud her because she came out a long.
But I would say to piggyback off what he said, you gotta have. When it comes to our community, we have to sit together. That's all we have, and I'm just being honest because we get profiled all the time between the men being however they want to be, and how we want to be. Now, y'all know how it goes. You got some men who are very feminine and they dress up and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with it. But you also know when you go out in the real world and people want to try you, these hands still throw.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. Because
they don't forget that he's still a man.
Yeah.
They still a man.
Exactly. But at the same time, they still want to be treated as a certain way. So respect that.
Yeah.
And the same thing when it comes to us women. We got some aggressive women. But anyway.
A lot of them in our family.
Don't look at me.
You don't get
I'm not dominant.
Why you quiet?
I've been quiet. She the one been talking.
We speaking your language.
First being a very dominant woman.
A dominant woman.
I think that's all three.
No, I'm only to an extent.
No.
She calmed down a little bit.
Thank you.
It's still a little.
I've always been the softer one.
I don't know if it's half full or half empty, but.
Oh my
but
God.
go ahead and share your experience.
Okay.
I was 15. I would say 15. Cause I wasn't 16. I know that for a fact. It was either 14 or 15. I think it was probably 15. I would say 15. It's been a long time just to say that. I ain't throwing my age off. Just know it's been over a decade. Okay, thank you. But anyway,
can I ask a question though?
Go
You
ahead.
finished talking, love.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, and then you can ask.
Excuse me. Let her answer a question.
Yeah. So how do
She's doing
if
the mother like daughter?
Exactly.
But what's the question?
But don't do me like that.
I want to know this.
Don't do me like that.
So if y'all want a family, how would you? Are y'all going to be like how the surrogates do the surrogates and stuff like that?
Or they can adopt. It's different other ways.
Well, first of all, before I even thought about before this was even a thought, matter of fact, I'm gonna nip this in the bud for me.
Okay.
What did I always say growing up? Did I want children?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I guess when you have like a lot of kids, they don't want kids.
I'm the
I
oldest.
don't know what they waiting on.
And I think between being the oldest and helping them with the kids, actually loves the children. Everybody knows it. People that actually know me know I love the children, but I don't want them. Okay, it's not that.
To your experience, though, babe.
But I came out at the age of 15. Lord, forgive Father Jesus. Listen. All I'm gonna say is, don't be in my business now. But no, I'm not gonna sit here and lie though. But you gotta understand too. I had some experiences at a very, very young age. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. My mom don't even know, but I have. But at the same time,
she's gonna ask that for this.
Well,
I kind of have an idea already, but good.
But my thing is, growing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I said, it was an emotional thing. At the time, I had this best friend. I'm not giving her name out because, like I said, it's none of your business. Anyway, so this was in high school.
Hey, Terrell.
But it was one of those things where I was like, eventually my parents gonna get suspect of this best friend because I was always over there. She was always over at my house, and I was staying there on school nights. I didn't care. Got in trouble. Got one punishment $100,000. Still didn't care. Still. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. Being defiant, as she would call it. But anyway, I came out at the age of 15. It was the hardest thing. I was crying. I was shaking, y'all.
I do remember that.
Because you gotta understand, my mom, of course, being a family, like they stated, growing up in a Christian family and knowing how strong, and I'm not gonna this is another thing I want to say, and I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. But growing up as a Christian,
come get cars to the
being saved and all the other stuff and being baptized, it is nothing wrong still being saved. It's not wrong still getting baptized. I'm not going to sit here and okay this and there because any day they're going to say the Bible still says it's abomination. But at the end of the day, everybody still has a free will. There's a lot of things the Bible says not to do, but people still do it, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Sin is sin. There's no greater sin.
Thank you.
Big sin, little sin.
And I'm not, and it's kind of hard because when they say sin is sin, it's kind of like, well, this is not really sin. This is my lifestyle. Then what?
That. But then you have people that commit adultery. Then you have people
faithfully.
Well, there's people commit adultery,
and then a lot of people.
It's not just
wait to get exposed too. They wait
drinking.
till they're exposed and then have to hide. Why hide? when you just need to be the best authentic you can be.
But you know they're gonna hide that because first of all,
because they feel shunned.
And they try to keep it from whoever
adultery,
they with.
Yeah, understandable. But at the same time, that's like a lot of people don't value marriages in the way it used to be anymore. Like
dating ain't the same. Period. I'm gonna just throw that out there because
it's very hard to find.
It's just not.
It's not giving the same.
It's not that old school love where you up here actually courting and dating to actually be in a marriage. It's more so
dating.
Can you get me off? Can you support me financially? Can you take care of me? Because I don't want to do this. Yeah, let's get you off. I'm trying to be nice.
Sexually.
I'm trying to be nice.
Oh, okay.
But you know, people, all that goes out the door, and then don't be honest.
I've never heard such a thing.
We outside the box, man. We being transparent.
Go ahead. I'm trying to be nice.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But anyway,
but you never answered the question.
What was your question? I'm sorry.
About being.
We have a lot of questions. I don't know.
No, it was just that question about the kids, about having a, you know.
I thought I did.
She did. She said she didn't want to.
herself. Okay.
I know for a fact I don't want none. So y'all can start asking my mom that too when she having grandkids.
I do want kids though. I love kids.
Yes, he definitely would be a great father.
He's a godfather too.
They both do.
Yes. Yeah.
My godchildren is my children.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I look at
it.
But
one thing I do want to ask, because this is another thing that comes up. Like say if two the gay men, they adopt, you have people that look at them that would think that they are like pedophiles because they are gay and they raising
I know what you about to go with it. And I want to throw that out there too. And you can have your response wherever I said. And I do want to say that, and it's not fair. Being in the LGBT community, it's not fair that men has to get slandered. They're just as human as us women. And just because we get the upper hand, we get put on the pedestal of this is okay for women to do, but men can't do it.
Right.
And it's vice versa. When it comes to a man supposed to do that, not a woman. Why can't a woman do it?
The gender roles, which we spoke about that before.
People do that too much, and it's crazy to me. It really is.
Well, you got two main superstars that done it already. Elton John and his husband.
Elton John
You got more than just one.
Chris Martin.
Back then it was
a lot of men in the community. They just now bring in actually, like I said, spotlight towards.
Elton John is a man.
They actually are giving.
You don't know who Elton John is?
No.
We'll discuss this off air. Come on, Mom.
It's not in his era.
Yeah.
It's not in my era, but I know who he is. Come on.
And then you got Ricky Martin, the one. What is it?
She gets into all the celebrities, so she knows the names, the artists.
Well, I'm gonna say like this:
but he's a Spanish singer,
but it's a lot of them out here, and a lot of them.
Queen Latifah. Now this is listen. She's married. You got Queen Latifah. You got it's a lot of them. You had Ellen,
the Brat.
The Brat. That's her first actual woman encounter, full fledged. But I'm not even gonna hop on that subject.
Why?
I love the Brat. That's why I'm not hopping on that subject. But anyway.
Oh. I mean, she looks happy. That's how
she is. But see, that's the other thing too. It's said that being even celebrities, you gotta keep your life closed off. I mean, they gotta have some privacy. Yes.
No, I was saying because when it came to the Brat, she was uncomfortable and really sharing it with her sister.
When they had
she did.
And to the point that she was like, she didn't want to be frowned or judged because of what made her happy.
And her sister still didn't really approve of her really being with a woman. She still got to get used to it. But
it did show how, despite that lifestyle or livelihood, that person still wants love. They want to be.
But that's the point. It's about love.
It's like you got a disease. I ain't gonna touch you because you this way. I don't want to talk to you because you that way. And people look at it like it's
I don't understand
something
why did it take Latifah and the Brat to come out? So because you know what they did.
How many it took for them to come out?
They did. It took really.
I don't try.
Oh my God. Really, what I'm saying is like the Brat and Queen Latifah didn't come straight out. Like we seen like a spark of it from Queen Latifah when she did Set It Off. And when she did Set It Off,
that was
that was like
she's done a lot in her role. And then
no, but I'm saying for a female to female doing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's,
okay.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because and then everybody was like, oh, she's gay. But see, she was like, these are trend starters, like, you know what I'm saying? Debrat and Queen Latifah, but for Queen Latifah to just now really come out, she just
now coming out.
Exactly. But they said it would have been.
But it's not just them.
But
you also have like, what's the girl, Christian, the one who played Belle in Twilight.
I don't watch Twilight.
I don't watch too much with Twilight.
I can't help Twilight.
Stewart.
Yeah,
Kristen Stewart. That's a celebrity.
Sykes, like it's not just the same too. The Brad and Queen Latifah.
No, but I'm saying I'm saying in our community.
You got Hispanic, range,
but them two didn't come out
like
Wanda Sykes did. Wanda Sykes is one of the black main ones that came out, but it. For them,
and Ellen did too.
But I'm saying for them as rap icons, like both of them are rap icons. Sure. You gotta understand. But like she was huge back in our day.
Okay.
She didn't come straight out, and the Brat didn't either. And
because everybody wanted to put on blinders and dismiss, because again,
they didn't want to mess with their money. I don't blame them. If you get in that industry and you gotta do what you gotta do to keep making money, that's how it is for some people. But at the end of the day, guess what? I'd rather be happy than worry about being famous and putting on a facade. That's one thing I'm not going to do.
Right.
That's one thing you'll learn about me. I'm not putting on a facade for nobody. But one thing I would say, people understand that's another reason why a lot of people commit suicide nowadays, because they can't come out to their family, they can't come out to their friends. They're so worried about judgmental and stuff like that. And it's getting heavy.
There's a lot of mental going on.
And even though it's something that's starting to become a normal thing, that it's not abnormal as it was back in the day, where it was closed off and just overlooked.
Oh, hush,
but yeah, exactly. It's now more out.
There's still some cultures that are very strict.
Oh yeah,
and they don't tolerate that at all. And some of them, it even goes to death. But
Yes, and I know some friends where they will be exonerated from the family. Like you can't, like
you be closed out.
Yeah, you're cut out the will, and all types of stuff.
Well, let me ask you guys: have y'all lost any friends because you came out? Because you know how sometimes, like somebody you could be say like guys, right? This was been asked to me. Okay, say you with a group of guys or your friend guys, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if you're with your homeboys or whatever, and one of them just so happen to be either bisexual or gay, did that make your other friends gay?
No,
and that's somebody say guilt by association. Yeah,
they
birds of a feather flock together.
I was just about to say birds of a feather flock
together. Some of these cliches,
some of those feathers fall off. Some of them birds fall.
There's always an exception to the rule. But go ahead,
exactly. Go ahead,
what was you saying?
About the friends being together and about one.
Because talking about the birds.
Because one of the friends might be gay or bisexual. Does that means that if the friends hanging around them that they gay too,
they automatically
or maybe experiences.
No, because just as I said earlier, you have some people who are very secure within themselves that they are able to hang with people who are gay or lesbian or bisexual or whatever else is in the LGBTQ, ASAP, and it's, it's all about who you are at the end of the day. So if you're confident and secure within yourself, then it shouldn't matter, who you're around, But it's not like that for everybody. You have some, you do have some people who are like uncomfortable, with being around gay people or bisexual people or whatever. But it's all about,
Say what you said in the beginning a little bit.
They think that
because you're not secured in yourself.
They feel that you're probably either going to come off to them or something.
But everybody understand too the word no. You have boundaries. You know how to speak up, say no, I don't, this and that and the third. But at the end of the day, this, like for me to speak on what she was talking about for as friends, I did lose some friends. I lost friends because of the simple fact of them crossing boundaries with me, not me crossing boundaries with them. It's more so of, oh, I thought you were straight. You're supposed to be my best friend. And here you are trying to kiss me and stuff. Like, what's going on here? Like, you're about to mess up all these years of friendship when it's kind of like now you're putting me in the middle of, dang, now I got to distance myself because I didn't look at you like that. And then it makes it harder.
A lot of people say that they didn't cause a person turning their way or the friend turned them out and all this other different stuff.
And just because somebody is gay doesn't mean they're going to make you gay.
I know, but some people have that theory though. They have that idea,
the
like,
mindset.
Yeah, like, oh my god.
Because if somebody can make you gay, then you was already gay.
Thank you.
Yes, and I'm gonna throw that out there too. It is. You got some men who don't want to be around because they got the curiosity. Then you got women who be around because they get curious and they want to test the waters in the lady pond. Mm-hmm. And
every gay man doesn't want every man. Like, y'all gotta be logical here.
Oh my god!
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
All right.
Come on, Cat.
So, yes. So, do y'all name certain types of women and men? If you know, like you can have some that's really feminine, some that's not.
Oh, you want to know about the labels? You want to know about the labels?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can only speak about women. I don't know too much about the men too much. I just know about top and bottom, but I'm not gonna get to all that because, like I said, I'm trying to be nice.
I just want.
Anyway.
Oh, no.
When it comes to the women aspect, you have stud, you have a femme, you have a butch, you have.
Isn't the butch
stud is not the same.
What's the difference?
Yeah. Don't make me do that. I might hurt some feelings.
Go ahead.
All right, but how many labels is it?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Me personally, you know, when people ask me, I'm gonna tell y'all. Look,
no, we got a student.
Listen, I'm gonna let y'all know. As when it comes to butch, it's like a woman trying to be a man, but you clearly can see that she's a woman. Like racks and a butt. I'm trying to be nice. Okay. And they walk around bald-headed and got all that stuff hanging this and third. Like, you know you're a woman. That does not look attractive walking around like that. That's a butch.
Okay, and what's a stud?
A stud? They acknowledge the fact that they're women. They don't have a problem dressing tom. That's basically what I do. I dress tomboyish, and I have my moments where I can dress up feminine. So it's kind of a mix in between. I'm a stud. Yes, I'm not a femme. I'm not a butch, and I'm not a dyke either.
Yeah, what's a femme?
A femme is feminine.
A femme is feminine.
And then you have for the men is you got femmes, then you got the masculine. So I'm quite sure it's probably
all confusing, but we're learning everybody else.
I'm learning.
It's a lot to it. But when it comes to a stud, you know, they can be dressed up like a guy with a fitted on with straight weave in their head. Because, you know, some women do that. I mean, that's just what their preference is. Some look nice with it, some don't. I mean, it is what it is. If you can pull it off, you can't. But, I mean, you got some that dress like a guy with a fitted, but they got makeup, full-fledged face beat with weaves in their head. And it's not their hair. And that's considered a stud because they're acknowledging the fact that, okay, I am still a woman and I'm comfortable knowing I'm a woman, but I also can be a little aggressive.
I have a question. So do y'all think, do y'all automatically think that a gay man is a bottom? And if you don't know.
Not all of them.
If you don't know what a bottom is, a bottom
is. No, you're not telling me. I know what that is.
A bottom.
Okay, yeah.
She's still learning.
Like I think
I know that.
Are you talking about giving and receiving?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to.
I want to set my place.
I'm saying because most women or anybody automatically label the gay man as a bottom, and then
all ones. There be some very masculine men that be bottom, or would it be a switch? That's what they call that switch where you can do.
You got hood dudes, like really hood dudes that. You know,
them drug dealers.
Yeah,
maybe some of them.
I'm gonna drink again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not about which way you're swinging; it's how you swing.
Okay.
Really?
Wow.
I can't with my cousin.
I'm gonna take a long foot.
So, but how many labels is it for the men community?
Wow.
I don't think the men really have too many labels.
Okay. Because I see
we're growing and learning with you guys.
I mean, in the meantime, while we're talking, anybody have any questions out there?
Yeah, is there any
type of questions
that y'all like to ask them
while they're discussing?
Okay, I want to know your label. She gave me her label for the.
I just said, man.
Did I say my label?
Yeah.
What did I say my label was?
You said stud.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You. So
I'm taking it in.
I'm making sure you.
I'm trying to take it in. I'm just saying. Goodness. So,
like, what would you call yourself?
I would be considered a mass femme because I only get femme when I going off or whatever. My mom. That's the only time. Other than that,
as far as getting a little bit more extreme emotionally,
when
it's emotional trigger. Emotional trigger.
Like for the outside people, you gotta consistently keep pushing that button to get that. But if it's family, you go get that.
Really?
Because with family, I get more emotional. With the outside people,
like that.
I really don't care. I got a lot of,
it is what it is.
Walls up. I don't really care. But with family,
but that's because y'all know it though. Because I'm the same way too. My friends think I'm soft. Y'all keep thinking that. They think I'm soft. And they be like, oh, you just so soft. Yeah, on the inside, but cross me, see what happens. The fly is flying over the flag with the mouth.
I'm just like, wow.
Well, but you watch like the
drag queens.
Yeah.
RuPaul.
Yes. They don't have that in the LGBTQ.
Is
it a D in there?
What, drag queen? No. They just who they are.
The transgenders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's not just transgender. Because some of them are like what he said, they're femme. And then you have some that is masculine. Yeah. No, he said either femme, masculine. And I asked him what he was. He said he's masculine femme. And then you have them on there. And then you also have the ones that's actually transitioning to
we'll take the hormones and all that to go under. And you have a lot of those out here.
And
some of us hard to even
tell. Confused about. Because I want to know, is it he, she? What do we
call? They tell you what they want to be called. So it's all the same. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I had thoughts
because it's confusing.
I don't know too much about the pronouns.
I'll tell you about the pronouns.
I have. Now
you're
look.
more educated.
Now look. Let's be honest.
It's confusing.
No, let's be honest. Because there's been times.
Hi.
There has been times where it's somebody that you know probably could have been that way when I was younger, like way younger. Mm-hmm. It's, you know what I mean?
You about to drop that bomb?
Yes.
What's that?
But it's like I cannot stand that word.
I can't stand that word.
I cannot stand it. But there has been times that I have, when I was younger, I had called a guy.
I mean that's because that's what you know them to call them that. Until you got more.
But he wasn't. Like I don't know what he is now. Oh God.
He could have just been a little extra feminine.
No.
So is it?
I don't know.
You ever reached out to who's this?
Off air. Anyway.
To
that's
me,
why I'm looking at it.
The faggot word is like a white person calling me nigga.
Yeah, it's very degrading.
Yeah,
extremely degrading.
You say names. You say names.
Excuse me, off air. Off air.
You saying names.
We're not disclosing names. Anyway.
But my throat was dry.
Yeah, it's drippy. Drinks.
Anyway,
you done.
Anyway, this is how.
They want to be picking on me today.
Listen. What? First, what?
For them being. Is it
pronouns? Are you talking about? That's what we're talking about. Pronouns. Okay, so put it this way: a person transitioning. Like when it comes to a woman transitioning to a man, it's a FTM. That's female to male. Mm-hmm. And if it's the other way reversed, where it's a male transition to a woman, it's an MTF, male to female. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is, those are the ones who are actually transitioning. And once they get to that point of they feel like, okay, I'm closer to being done transitioning, they switch their pronouns. Do not call me she, her. Call me him, he. Then you have some who just identifies, don't call me either or, just call me my name.
Mm-hmm.
Some do prefer that.
And like they even got it so for where remember the big issue about the bathrooms, the unisex.
I was just
unisex.
I think that is like
so
over the top.
Yeah,
it's not really
because you've been had unisex bathroom. Like it should be a male, female use bathroom.
It's exactly. So
You either have a schlong
going
to this
or you have a toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're either just like black. You know, we have black and white bathrooms. Right now, it's just a bathroom. It's a woman and female.
But I think they do that because people who are transitioning, they still get kind of hung up if, should I go in the men's bathroom or go in the women's bathroom?
If you're going to either one, there's a stall.
And sometimes
close the door. I mean, you do not have to. If you have a schlong, then go into the stall. You don't have to use the urinal.
I agree.
Well, that's true.
If you go to the bathroom and the females, that's always
they made a big.
It's a conscious thing, though.
The thing
is, a lot of them, it is.
You go to that house.
They don't have that on their door.
You go to somebody's house. What are you going to do? Oh, I can't use it. Oh, let me go outside and use the bathroom because that's not a transgender bathroom.
No, it's not going to be like that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I mean, honestly, I think niggas be like that because if you think about it, you go to like a grocery store, Walmart, they have regular women and men's bathroom. Then you have the family bathroom. Mm-hmm. The family bathroom is now becoming a unisex bathroom.
It's in the back.
Yeah,
in the back.
They have family. What's the name? Family bathrooms where you can take your child in and the mother and so or handicapped.
Actually, I was in.
I seen that because I was wondering why
some places have.
Because I seen with the handicap. That's how I
yeah,
but
the handicap.
I took notice of that.
The handicap is actually considered family because you're gonna have more than one person in the bathroom.
I seen that.
And you need more privacy than going to the regular bathroom.
They have a unisex bathroom. When I went down to Alabama or Georgia.
But unisex is actually really nothing but family bathroom.
Truck place. And yeah, they had like a unisex. It was like unisex.
That's basically what it is. They changing the family.
But most of the bathrooms are unisex now anyway.
Yeah, but that's honestly. Be honest,
it was crazy how social media drives.
But it's not that though.
Such like issues. It's
usually in more populated areas that have a lot of LGBT communities. Like you go to DC, unisex bathrooms everywhere. There's no women and men's bathroom. It's all straight unisex. So it's basically just go and use the bathroom. Exactly. But then it's one of those things where you come to like a place like here in Salisbury, it's just a men and women's bathroom. It's not going to be, it just depends on how populated it is and how extreme it is and how extreme they take it. I'm just being honest. So we don't really, God forbid, we don't really have a whole bunch of LGBTQ community in Salisbury. Go to Delaware though. They all over there. Mm-hmm. That's motherland, literally.
Rehoboth, and that's the other thing. Given hindsight, too, most people are going to gravitate and go to where it's comfortable and it's
because they can be themselves. Because they don't have to worry about people looking at you.
And most times they know what group it is or whatever. The thing is, we're not here to how can I say, forge our opinions on it because we're coming to the end of our session. Have some people. We're not here to forge our opinions. We're here to enlighten. We're here to share. We're here to speak upon our experiences and what they experience. And we just hope that it gives y'all some insight. Even within our Christian community, it doesn't stop us from
and don't act like you can't hug
one another. Yes. Like it doesn't stop you from interacting.
I'm being honest. Don't act like you can't hug us.
Good night, all y'all. Love you too, Smiley. My thing is, I'm not here to judge. He without sin cast the first stone.
Exactly.
If you there's other sins, and people sometimes frown and use the same different ones. If you've been delivered, thank God for the deliverance. That doesn't mean that the next person might never be delivered. Just pray for them in the meantime. At the same time, you still have to love them.
I'm gonna be honest.
That is the point that I like to drive, and which is not gonna stop me.
You know what I'm about to say.
And always been that way.
Ain't gonna stop her. This ain't gonna stop me.
Yes,
who I am.
Exactly.
Keep praying for me. Thank you. I take all prayers. But this is my lifestyle. This is what I show.
And the thing is, everybody has their own path and journey to go and embrace. Mm-hmm. Allow it to happen. Allow it to unfold. But as long as we know that there is a God. And God is love. Mm-hmm. That's what matters most. So we think.
Honestly, if y'all really want to talk about the Bible, there was some gay people in the Bible too. They ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
they even
sodomites.
Yeah, it's a lot. See, it's different again, different terminology.
But we spoke on these things, and we're not. We have other times where we'll probably like share on that. But if y'all have some closing things y'all would like to share,
my biggest thing that I want to put out there, as she said earlier, agenda. I don't care what Lana's agenda is. My agenda is to be supportive, regardless of how you may feel. At the end of the day, we're still human, and it's the same thing. Not a lot of people can be accepting of that. You never know. Being a listening ear can do for some people.
Yes.
I'm not saying be there and listen to all the toxic mess and same stuff over and over and over again. I'm saying people who are actually venting, because you never know what they're going home to, what they have to deal with when you're not around. Yes. Stuff that, okay, if I can't come out to my parents, who can I talk to about this? How can I come out to my family? Some people still need guidance and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, we're still going to exist.
There are resources
Yes.
There are resources.
Yes.
And the thing is, that's the other thing. And people got to learn too. When it comes to resources, they're not just going to hand it to you. You have to ask. So sometimes just being that listening ear, be like, okay, well, I know this people. I may not know too much about your lifestyle, honey, but I know resources that can help you. Yeah. That right there is enough. You never know how many lives you're saving.
For others, understand.
Yes. You may not like it, but guess what? You don't know how many lives you're saving from committing suicide and pulling a gun out and shooting themselves and stuff like you never know what they're dealing with. There's times they battle, and I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of us who are in LGBTQ community do battle with depression the most.
Yes,
seriously,
because of feeling
not. Sometimes some of them may not feel enough and feel like, oh, I will never be good enough because I'm this way. I'm already this, and like, come on, just be yourself. There's people out here that can relate, and that's what it's really all about. It's the same thing if you come across somebody who's dealing with other stuff. It's just all about being a listening ear.
And do not be ashamed of who you are.
And don't act like you can't hug his church folks. I just want to throw that out there. I don't want to hug everybody because everybody's spirit ain't right. Now, and I'm just going to throw that out there too. I'm not going to say a lie to you. Most of us that grew up in the church that are this way in the LGBT community, we are the most discerning people. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say, I'm not trying to toot our horns, but it is what it is. And we are the spirituals because guess what? We don't really have everybody on our side. God forbid, yes, we do have our mothers. Thank you.
Yes.
But there's some who don't, and all we have to rely on is God. So a lot of us are going to be very spiritual.
Tanisha says acceptance and guidance is what is needed, not the judgment.
Exactly.
And that's basically what we're saying.
Exactly.
We have no having a hell to put in there. And people say, oh, the sin and the cliches and all of that. At the end of the day, like I just stated, God is love. And everybody has their own time in which they deal and embrace and things that go. Everybody has their own life experience and things that they've experienced that placed them even in the position of the journey that they took. And who knows what the expected end is going to be except God. All we're here to do is love one another. That's it.
And love means unconditionally. That's whether good or bad, indifference and all. That's what y'all need to learn.
Economical backgrounds, sexual preference,
but that's the problem.
Beliefs, all of that.
Some people don't know what love is.
And most of us are filled with love. That our whole community.
You'd be surprised, yes.
We have a lot of love.
Because we have no choice but to come from love.
Yeah. And that's why they gravitate more to their own kind. It's like everybody flock to their own, what they're familiar with. If they're not feeling or receiving that love elsewhere, they're going to go to what is familiar and comfortable, and they don't have to feel the need to try to, defend who they are. Mm-hmm. So, yes. But we thank y'all guys for joining us. Is there any other final words, Drew?
Did anybody have any questions on there, though?
No, we didn't.
I just want to say that you can overcome this. You don't have to do it alone because you have a lot of people who are in prison mentally, but you can overcome this. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Love who you are. And then you will come to find and come to terms with your identity. And then those who love you, they're going to flock to you, baby. Don't even worry about it. Who's going to be there is going to be there. Who's not, keep on walking.
Be happy, because that's what's anybody. That's what's wrong with people now. Stay out people's business. Mind your own. Stay in your own lane. Do your own thing. That's what I said. I'm in my own lane, doing my own thing. Thank you.
We thank y'all guys for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We'll see you on next week. Hopefully, sis will have her things together for the entrepreneurs, so we have not dropped that subject. And then after which, I'll be coming with mine. Because, you know, I'm always going to keep it at either about relationships or the battle of the sexes and stuff like that. I always like to keep it fun and, you know, either way. But hopefully, you'll have something.
I cannot.
But you know what? We thank y'all for joining us and scooping it up in the sandbox with the sisters and our niece and nephew on this evening. We catch y'all next week, regular time, 5:30.
And thanks for all those who are supportive of our community and keep doing the same. You like I said, you never know who you touch it.
Yes.
So keep being that person and that listening.
Even if it reach one. The thing is, you are being a blessing to someone in the end. Mm-hmm. So have a blessed night, guys. Enjoy. Love us. Good night. And then yours, girl. Oh boy.
Is that connected to Facebook?